वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। Today's quote on chanting by Sri Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj. The chief result of chanting Hare Krishna is to get Krishna Prem. If your chanting is offenseless and pure, then you will definitely get Krishna Prem. You will get Krishna. Krishna is the object of love, and you will get that love by chanting the pure name. By chanting that love, you will get Krishna, who is pure Brahma, and you will never feel incomplete. This is a real wealth. If you can't earn that wealth, then you are truly a great fool. It's his lecture in Bhubaneswar on 14th October 1995. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. I am Pooja from Sydney. May I know who have joined today?
Hare Krishna Mataji, and Hare Krishna to all the devotees on this call. This is Geeta from Maryland. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for joining the call.
Puja Mataji and all the assembled devotees, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shyam Rasika Devdasi from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for joining the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, member of Essences, all glory to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Nikunja Rasadas from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for joining the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Anuradha Devidasi from Maryland.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for joining the call. Anybody else who would like to announce their name? Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Murali Brother Prabhuji from Houston. And today Prabhuji will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 7, Chapter 6, verse 25 onwards. Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna
Pranam.
Mataji, please accept my humble obeisance, all Vaishnava and Vaishnavas, lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Can I take over? Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Puja Mataji, can I start?
Yes, Prabhuji, you can start. Prabhuji.
Okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tiravanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jayo Radha Nila Madhav Radha Nila Madhav Radhe Jayo Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Jaya Radha Govinda Radhe Jayo Radha Gopinata Radhe Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirahe Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistike. Welcome to the daily chanting. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 7, Chapter 6 and text number 25. Tusta chatatra kim alabhayam ananta ade kim te riguna vyatikarat iha yesa siddham dharmadaya kim agune nacha kanshina saram jusam charanayo upagayatam nam Tuste chatatra kim alabhayam ananta ade kim te riguna vyatikarat iya yeswa siddhe dharmadaya kim agune nacha kanshitena saram jusam charanayo upagatam nam. Word to word. To stay when satisfied. Cha also tatra that kim what alabhayam not unobtainable. Anante, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, Adya, the original source of everything, the cause of all causes. Kim, what need? Tai, with them. Guna Vetikarat, due to the action of the modes of material nature. Iha, in this world, which Swasiddha, automatically achieved. Dharma Adhyaya, the three principles of material advancement, namely religion, economic development, sense gratification. Kim, what need? Agunena, with the liberation into the supreme. Cha, and Kankshitena, desire. Saram, essence. Jusam, relishing. Charanayo, of the two lotus feet of the Lord. Upagayatam, who glorify the qualities of the Lord. Na, of us. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nothing is unobtainable for devotees who have satisfied the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, who is the cause of all causes, the original source of everything. The Lord is the reservoir of unlimited spiritual qualities. For devotees, therefore, who are transcendental to the modes of material nature, what is the use of following the principle of our religion, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation, which are all automatically obtainable under the influence of the modes of nature? We devotees always glorify the lotus feet of the Lord, and therefore we need not ask anything in terms of dharma, karma, artha, and moksha purport. In an advanced civilization, people are eager to be religious, to be economically well situated, to satisfy their senses to the fullest extent, and at last to attain liberation. However, these are not the magnified as desired. Indeed, the devotees, these are very easily available. Bilva Mangal Thakur said, Mukti Swayam Mukul Litanjali Sevate Asman Dharma Takamagatayam Samaya Pratiksha. Liberation always stands at the door of devotees, ready to carry out his order. Material advancement in religion, economic development, and sense gratification and liberation simply wait to serve the devotee at the first opportunity. A devotee is already in transcendental position. He does not need further qualification to be liberated, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Sagunan samitrani brahma bhuye kalpate. A devotee is not transcendental to the action and reaction of three modes of material nature because he is situated in the Brahma Bhuta platform. Prahlad Maharaj said, Agunena sa kanshitena. If one is engaged in the transcendental loving service to the lotus feet of the Lord, he does not need anything in terms of dharma, artha, kama, moksha. In Srimad Bhagvatam, therefore, in the beginning of the transcendental liturgy, it said, Dharma projita kaitavya dharma, artha, kama, and moksha are kaitavya, false and unnecessary. Nirmastanam, persons, those who are completely transcendental to the material activities of separatedness, who make no distinction between mind and yours, but who simply engage in devotion service the Lord, are actually fit to accept Bhagavad Dharma, Dharmat Bhagavan Iha. Because they are nirmastar, not jealous of anyone. They want to make others devotees, even their enemies. In this regard, Srila Madhvacharya remarks, Kankshate mokshagam api sukam nakakarshato yata. Devotees are not desired of any material happiness, including happiness derived from liberation. This is called Anyabhilashita Shunyam Jana Karmadi Anvattam. Karmis desire material happiness and Jnanis desire liberation. But the devotee does not desire anything. He is simply satisfied by rendering transcendental loving service at the lotus feet of glorifying everywhere by preaching, which is his life and soul. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuhu Militam Ena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakamitamsha Namao Vishnu Padaya Krishna Peshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayite Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaurati Se Namam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarupeksha Krapa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Here Prahlad Maharaj is telling to his co-students who is learning in the ashram of Shukracharya. He is telling nothing is unobtainable to devotees who have satisfied the Supreme Personality, the Godhead. So ultimately, today's sloka also, to get Krishna Prema, we have to surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord. Once we satisfy the Lord, whatever necessary in our life, Krishna Prema and other small desires we have got in the life, everything will be fulfilled by Krishna. Krishna doesn't keep anything for himself. That's the greatness of Krishna. So here it is stressed again, the principle of religion, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation, which is available to all the people. It's not a great thing. Devotees is not after liberation, not anything sexy. They are only an abhilashita shunyam jnana karma. They avartam, that's covering also. They want to remove that because they don't want to become a great jnanis or renunciate. They want to only serve the lotus feet of the Lord. So once we know why so much importance given to the lotus feet of the Lord, in every song of Vaishnava, if you see, the lotus feet is so much, appreciated. And whenever we see, when we pay the obeisance to the Lord, first we see the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna. And then we go up because lotus feet is everything for us. It represents first two cantos also. The first two cantos of Srimad Bhagvatam is so important. It will give us the full picture of whole Bhagavatam in nutshell. So we should understand that why Vaishnava songs, most of the songs, Narottam Das, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, any other song also, they always emphasize on the lotus feet of the Lord. Bhajavo re mana Shri Nanda Nandana Abhaya Charana Ravindare. See, here we have to glorify, we have to surrender. Where to surrender? Only lotus feet of the Lord. Buliya tumare samsare asiya penana vida veta tumara charane asiya ame boli bedu kare kata. So our whatever we have got anxiety, where we have to pray, we are praying to the lotus feet of the Lord. When Rukmini Devi, when Krishna came after a long time, she was holding the lotus feet of the Lord and telling that, Lord, you don't know the greatness of your lotus feet. Every sadhu, every acharyas want to surrender to your lotus feet. We know that Krishna wants to suck his own big toe when he was in the leaf of the banyan tree. So he wants to taste himself. Why my devotees are so much attached? And we know that Ganga and Yamuna also comes from the lotus feet of the Lord. So we should know that when we surrender means we are setting everything of our priority, and only the plan of Krishna, we are having our plan which is amicable for Krishna's plan, then we advance. That's the beauty of this surrender and beauty of this lotus feet. We know there are so many, chinna in the lotus feet of the Lord, which protects us, which gives us, once we take the shelter of that lotus feet, nothing goes wrong. We will be fearless. We don't have anchoring. We are not having any lamentation. So once we understand why Vaishnava songs, why every time it is said that please surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord. So it is so important for us to understand, because one-way surrender means we are very small. We know that. If you think of osmosis, osmosis is what? Bigger concentration, larger concentration comes to the lower concentration. Once we understand we are insignificant and we are nothing in this world, then we surrender to the acharyas, our spiritual master. They are so much having concentrated Krishna prema, and they know what is scripture, what we understand, what we should get from the scriptures. Then once we attach to their lotus feet, automatically by discipline association and this osmosis process, we are nourished. The concentration comes to us, then we can develop our taste for Krishna prema and chanting. Unless we got a blissful mercy or grace, that's we compared to concentration osmosis. So when we receive that little part, We may not be equal to that, but that small part of that concentration, once we get, we are about to start our real journey into the back to Godhead. Then what is the quote today also? To get Krishna Prema, we have to understand Krishna. We have to please Krishna. We have to please our spiritual master. We have to please Acharya. Then only our journey really starts. Boro sukha kartai, boro sukha karo. But Bhakti Vinod says, Nitai charanera bina kai ashray. If you don't take the shelter of Nitai, nothing is possible in this world. So for us, taking shelter, Lord Nityananda, because Raghunath Das Goswami, we know that when he went to see Nitai Chandra, Lord Nityananda, to that place, Kele, where Nitai Chandra, Lord Nityananda wanted to punish him. Indirectly, he is telling how you can go direct to Gaurang Prabhu without approaching me. Gaurang Prabhu is not your property, is my property. If I want, I can give to anyone. If I don't want, nobody can achieve it. So once we surrender the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, then it is possible. Raghunath Das Goswami, before he was Raghunath, he came to know that this is the only shelter. I did a wrong thing. So of course we know that all the other thing, festival, how they celebrated festival, and he could satisfy Lord Nityananda. Once Lord Nityananda is satisfied, it's guaranteed that he will get audience of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Even then, that same the Ichida festival, Lord Nityananda could call Gauranga Mahaprabhu in that festival, and few people could see there is a plate, and exchange was going on between Nityananda Prabhu and Lord Gauranga Prabhu. So this shows how powerful Lord Nityananda is, a representative of Bala as a Guru, Adi Guru. Once we know our Guru, spiritual master, or Siksha Guru, or initiated Guru, will take us to Lord Nityananda. Once we take, because whenever we, make pranam, that is obeisance, we always pay obeisance to the lotus feet, not on the shoulder, not on the face or anything. When we pay obeisances, that sincerity and our attitude, what we desire, if the desire is good, if the desire is towards Krishna, then that lotus feet they put that lotus feet in our heart. When they put out their lotus feet in our heart will be cleansed very fast. And that's why here it's again and again told, for us, this liberation and, artha, kama, all this time has no meaning for us, because we are for the higher destination. We are not meant to stuck here. This world is a prison house. So once we understand this world is a prison house, we should chant, we should sing, we should dance, and we should feast. We should not bother about anything, because Krishna always provides us whatever our shortage is there. That's why here in this text it's said again and again, Mukti, Bilwamangal Thakur is there. Mukti Devi is standing in our doorstep. She is begging us, please engage me in my service. That much, Krishna's power is there. That name has got so much power. Recently, some people had a question why Jagannath didn't protect Bangladesh people, devotees. But devotees do not understand. They ran, leaving Jagannath alone for protection, without not understanding that Jagannath would have protected them. They would have hugged Jagannath and remained there. Jagannath definitely protected them. But they all ran with fear of attack, leaving Jagannath. Whenever we call Lord and we do prana pratiksha, we promise him we will give him a protection, because we called him. It is our duty to protect our deities. and life is nothing, giving life to that whatever deity we have established and we are giving, because he is the protector. So once we understand, people talk, why Jagannath? Lord himself cannot protect, how can he protect others? But when the Lord comes in the deity form, he doesn't show his opulences much, because he wants to reciprocate only with the devotees, not non-devotees. So when reciprocation is there, that means we are not living. We know that whenever whoever hugged the deity and wanted to protect the deity always helped them, because they do not go against devotees' wish. Because that's why here also he says everything is provided, Krishna. Whatever not there also he provides. So we should understand Krishna is all merciful, all powerful, everything. But as far the deity is concerned, our duty, because we are the one who called him to stay with us, we will perform 7 arti or 6 arti, whatever offering, everything we promised when we do the pran pratishtha. When we promise, we should serve as a life and soul of it. Then they will reciprocate. Otherwise, when we run away from the deities, then deities think, okay, let anyone can do anything. Because that's the way deities reciprocate us. That's why you see most of the song, Dhanamora Nityananda, Pratimora Gaura Chandra, Pranamora. Sorry, I didn't get the song properly. Pranamora.
Yugala Kishore.
Oh yeah, thank you, Mata. Yugala Kishore, Vaishnavera Padaduli. See again it comes, lotus feet, Vaishnavera Padaduli, Kahe Mora Manakeli. So we should know that when we are singing this song, when we are remembering this song, we are automatically surrendering the lotus feet of Vaishnavas, lotus feet of spiritual master, lotus feet of Krishna. Then only Krishna prema is available. So whenever we say Jepadalakviya Hama Tapasya Karila Jepada Paya Shiva Shivatma Labiya Jepada Narada Mune Radaya Darila. So most of the songs, if you see in Vaishnavas, everything boils down to the lotus feet. They want to surrender. Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, I want to become a dog after surrendering everything of it. Sarvasva tumara charane sampiya, padeche tumari gare, tum to Thakur tumara kukur. So everyone is telling everything, whatever we have got, it is part of Krishna only. We have not come with opulences or any strength, everything. It belongs to Krishna. So we have to give back. We have to surrender with the whole heart. Then in the heart, Krishna will be coming with his lotus feet. It's the lotus which is important for us. So Rukmini Devi is crying, touching his lotus feet. Lord, you do not know this lotus feet is so worshipable. Even the munis, sadhus, they will not get the chance to serve your lotus feet, because they are still in the jnanis and karmis and other people. They do not understand the value of the lotus feet. We devotees, especially, we are fortunate because of the Srila Prabhupada and Acharyas. We know the importance of this lotus feet. So once we understand why we have to surrender to lotus feet, because it is everything for us. Everything in our life is only lotus feet of Krishna. So Gauranga tumi more dayana chadiyo apna koriye ranga Charane Rakibo Gauranga Tumi More. These songs, everything is telling us we are having no qualification to attain the lotus feet of the Lord. Still, somebody made us qualified, our spiritual master, Vaishnavas, made us qualified to enter the temple, dress him, offer him. All this qualification is because of their mercy and our samsukriti in the past life. They prayed for us, please Krishna, make this non-devotee or beggar to become a good Vaishnava. When they begged for us, we are somehow in that level of, our movements is just begging. There is nothing more than begging. We are begging for the mercy of the Vaishnavas. We are begging for the association of the Vaishnavas. We are begging to be with them in Dham. We are begging for everything, prasada or everything. So when we become a beggar, we are the right candidate for achieving that opulence of the Lord, prema of the Lord. We should know that. So unless we understand why here every time, at least 3-4 times in this text it's written, it is the spirit, lotus feet only, but some of them do not understand it. That is why they are doing spiritual suicide. What is spiritual suicide? Spiritual suicide is not following the principle or regulation. They are not disciplined properly, children's father, mother. Then they are going for a spiritual society and over-endeavoring for the material sense gratification. Endeavoring is all right, and that senses are there for a little while, you have to enjoy that. Krishna doesn't mind it. But always over-endeavoring, I want this, I can enjoy this is my future plan, everything. That is not required. And we are disconnected with our spiritual master and disconnected with the Lord because we are forgetfulness, what is our real nature. Jivere Swarupe Krishnare Nityadas. We are the servant. And we have not set up our goal in the life because not understanding what is body, what is the soul. We have never understood that, what is the purpose of life, and not engaging in devotional service and cultivate goal of man life and Brahma Jijnasa. Ato Brahma Jijnasa. And we are trying to come to the Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma stage. Once we come there, then it's easy for us to understand everything, in the spiritual things. They say brain allow resilience, healing, and growth. That's why Prabhupada usually used to say that you have to drink hot milk, not the cold milk, which nourishes the brain cells, and it has got a property to do resiliences and healing and growth. So resilience is something like coming out successful. How the success in our devotional service, how the success in the chanting, how the success in our relationship, all made possible once we are attached to the lotus feet of the Lord. And there are some adjustment internally and externally we have to do. That is all right. It's not a big sacrifice. We are not doing like, Raghunath Das Goswami and other 6 Goswamis. They never stayed anywhere, except their bhajan kuti. They used to move from one tree to other tree. Even the Lord is with them. Even then, they never wanted a big temple or like it. Fortunately, because of Krishnas and Vaishnavas and Acharyas, we have got big temple. Still, we are, thinking, oh, we didn't get service. So, always this proposition, when we do it, is always vulnerable. Proposition, when we make, when we desire, when we plan, without Krishna in the center, it's always vulnerable. We should understand that. Such proposition we should not make without understanding, without surrendering to the lotus feet of the Lord. But whenever we do decision, it can change according to the time, place, and circumstances and the need of the hour. Whenever our superior authority tells the decision is changed, you have been moved from this place to that place, this service to that place, we should not be annoyed for that. It is our benefit. It is our progress in the spiritual path. We should understand that whatever service coming to us, we should accept, because we understand that the knowledge, the real source of knowledge or enlightenment and enlightenment, it comes to the source of Krishna only. Krishna is speaking. Spiritualist master is speaking through our own, devotees' mouth. We should accept them. We should not argue. We should not debate on that. If you see, when a small candle light can be, extinguished by a small wind, when grass is set fire and air comes, it spreads like anything. So this association, this mercy is like that. It, goes with the fire of chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and association. It will be like a wildfire. So we'll be so much engrossed in this spiritual, discourse and spiritual attachment. Krishna is easily available for us. That is why we should understand why we are in ISKCON, why we are chanting, why we are having association, why we are, doing devotional service. Because here it is mentioned, we have to transcend the three mode of goodness. We have to transcend to understand real nature of the Lord. It is very difficult otherwise. If we don't transcend, we are always in the three modes, then it's difficult for us. Sometimes because of the day and night, we might come down to passion and ignorance. That's okay for a moment. If you are in that moment, it's all right, because nature is like that. But 99 times we should be in the transcendental mode, because we have got so much opportunity in this world. We have been selected as the devotees of the Lord. When we are small, insignificant, when we are known as a devotee of Lord Krishna, then what will become? We have become big. Everything comes from small to big with some catalyst. That catalyst is association and blessing and our own sukruti. That catalyst is more important for us to transform ourselves, transform our heart. This catalyst is necessary, but it only comes from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, reading that, understanding that, devotion, doing some preaching in that way without adulterating the message of the Lord. So once we are going through these stages, then automatically shelter is available for us, all of us, and we will be in better mood and better way of, enjoying. That's why we say, Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam. Why Krishna is telling? It's the most confidential and susukam kartum. It is, we are doing with so much pleasurable. In this world, nothing is pleasurable outside this, ISKCON. I mean, temple and other association or our whatever, Bhakti Shastra, Bhakti Varsha, whatever, counselorship. All these things gives a nectarian to love each other. The nectar, in the material world, the sugar doesn't have that much taste. So once we say, when mango is squeezed and taken a juice, that is, mango is become famous, not just a unripe mango is there. That's why when we want to become famous, when we want to become big, we should associate with the big people in devotion service, or how they sacrifice, how these Maharajas, around 100 initiating gurus, how much they sacrifice in their life, and compare with that, us, how much we sacrifice. We still holding the essences, we are still holding enjoyment, desires. We are still holding something. Krishna doesn't like it. Krishna says, you see, in Draupadi also, when she opened her hands praying to the Krishna, then only Krishna gave her unlimited sari. So this nature of Krishna. He doesn't like a competitor. He doesn't like anyone, no? People worshipping demigods, everything. He doesn't mind, but he doesn't like it. Because he cannot show his complete mercy on us unless we chant the name of him, because it's like a praising. When we do prayer, like Kunti, we praise Lord Krishna. We pray Lord, our spiritual master. That prayer mood has to be so sincere and so convinced. Once you are convinced this prayer will help us, then only the sincerity comes, then only commitment comes. Then that commitment, sincerity and understanding, conviction, then we can progress very fast in this material world. Because otherwise, spiritual, when we convert material things to spiritual, there is a complex phenomena is there. So we should understand that it's not easy, but Krishna makes us very easy. They say when we cross the nescence of this material world, it is only boat. It's small. They made so much little pond. That's a calf of the footprint of calf. So small they made such a big nuisance ocean we can easily cross. But for that crossing this nuisance of material nature, we have to ready, we have to qualify, we have to study, we have to come in the right path, we have to near that. Then only we are able to cross this ocean of material nuisance. So unless we are ready for that, unless we qualify, we are not going back to Godhead. But same time, it's not a difficult thing, because to follow four regulative principles, chant, not doing, Seva Aparad, Nama Aparad, and Vaishnava Aparad, then we are in the stage of, Brahmabhuta, Prasannatma. Then we can understand much better. Krishna will not help us. Spiritual master doesn't help us unless we are ready for that. We are, Ekun Kurunandan, our Ekagrata, one-pointed direction to love Krishna and his devotees and whatever is, not only devotees, non-devotees also, all animals, all these things. Because that is the only way to understand Krishna, how to please him, how to please our spiritual master, how to please Vaishnavas, how to please everyone in this world. Then we are Ajata Shaktu, like Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira didn't have any enemies. The enemies thought they are enemies, but he never, that's why whenever he, called most of the people from the other planet, everything, they used to come running to see him, because he's a great king. Once Arjuna asked Krishna, you tell me, either I should be a king or I should be a devotee. He said, you should be a Bhakta king. You should be devotional service king, one who understands what is devotion. Then you are a good person. So Krishna gives us all the solution for our day-to-day problem when we surrender to him. It's not a big thing for Lord Krishna and spiritual master. But for petty things, last 25 years, we think our grandmother, our mother, our children, all these petty things are there. Once we do our duty, duty is always beautiful. When we do our duty nicely, when we provide enough facility for their growth in devotion as well as the education, everything, we should not be so much worried. Then we leave everything to Krishna. Once we leave them in the hand of Krishna, Krishna takes charge of them. When Pandavas gave their reins to Krishna, he can guide them so nicely and win a war. These small fights, this small war we face every day in the life of material, we should not be bothered every time. The same question we ask in the class and everything. What happens to my mother-in-law? What happens to? It's okay. We are doing our best to preach them. If they don't come in this life, next life they will definitely come, because we are done something to Lord. We have done devotion to the Lord Krishna and spiritual master. that guarantees us that will not take away. Because whatever we earn in spiritual things, that gives a long mileage, this life and next life, if at all we have to come here. We should not bother where we'll go, whether we are going back to Godhead or we are going to. It is ultimately we have to preach what is the knowledge. Here, Prahlad Maharaj is preaching. He's, preaching at the age of 5 years. We are already crossed, some people 30, some people 40, 50, 60, 70. So we should know that age doesn't bar preaching. The knowledge Prahlad Maharaj is getting from the womb of Narad Muni, he is grateful. He doesn't give credit to himself. He says, you are wasting your time as a asuras. You are learning which is not necessary in the life. Most of the education in the material world, Prabhupada says, it is slaughtered out. It's because they are not telling what is the purpose of the life. They are not telling what is the gain in earning money. They are not telling where is the end of sense gratification. As the age grows, then this strength will not be there, though we wish to enjoy. We can't eat, what we were eating young. So we should understand this is a temporary phenomena of, enjoyment, terms enjoyment. Enjoyment is to be done for the purpose of serving. That's the real enlightenment and entertainment. Otherwise, all the other entertainment is short-lived, short, So once we understand why Prahlad Maharaj is insisting, telling his classmate that our purpose is to serve Narayana only, unless, we serve Krishna. That conviction, see, when he was a small boy, we know that he's a son of Hiranyakashipu, everything. But in the face of the world is a small boy. The small boy with its dedication and conviction, how can he bring such a Lord, Narsimhadev? So that conviction we should have. The Lord will always there to come and help us. Unless we have got convinced, no, Lord will save us. Lord will come. Lord will protect us. Lord will, favor us. Though he says, I am not Dveshi or I am not partial, but still he always partial to devotees. He will go out of the way, if you see Jagai Madai also, he went out of the way to elevate them because Nityanand Prabhu wants to, purify them. That is the nature of the Lord. When the devotee wants someone to purify, when he is praying from his heart, then Krishna is always there to purify them also. This purification process, chanting, associating, reading Bhagavatam, it should continue. It is non-stoppable. Once we understand this, then all other rasa in the material world is, very bitter. When we understand so much nectar is there in this Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, association, deity service, dham service, all these things, service is given, devotional service we call it. Even washing the, plates and other things in the service of the Lord will be appreciated by the Lord, because we don't do for the name's sake. We are not becoming insignificant just for to glorify ourselves. No, we are in the right mood. We are thinking we are insignificant. All are above us, all are advanced. We have to follow their footsteps so that we become a good devotee in this world and next world also, serving Lord Krishna. So whenever we know this Kali Yuga, what will happen? See, there was one Vamshidas Babaji was there. So he was so convinced he could talk with his deities. He has got 6 deities. We celebrated a disappearance last week. So he had Gaur Gadadhar, Radha Krishna deity, Gopal deity, and Nitai. And he's serving them day and night, hardly sleeping. But he always keeps his temple open. He never keeps it shut. So sometimes cow comes, one cow came and disturbed deities, everything. He wanted to punish the deities. He tied them and put it in a basket and tied that in his hand and he put it in the river, that pond. And someone was, wanted to see. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati said, you don't go there. He is in the different platform. You do not understand. So he was reciprocate. Other time, he, 2 glass were lost. So he stopped giving food, bhog to Nitai and Gauranga. And then 1 glass came of Nitai. Then he started preparing for Nitai. He said, Gauranga, you have to fast today. Then Gauranga Prabhu was making his face small. He could understand. So he arranged his glass to come back. So these are the reciprocation. Other time, the small golden ornaments is lost. He's again chastising him and he was fasting. He's telling, unless you tell me where it is. So Lord Nityananda revealed him who stole that. He went there and he begged, please give that belongs to Lord. They didn't give, they threw him out. That time, Nityananda got so wild. He vanquished all the family of that, one who stole that. This shows how much merciful, how much we can reciprocate, how much we can talk to the deities. When we talk to the deities, they reveal what they want. But our mind should be pure, our heart should be very pure. Then only we can do that. We cannot, imitate from Siddhartha Babaji or Raghunath Das Goswami. So we understand these deities are available for us to serve them nicely, understand them. In the deity form also, our spiritual master is non-different from the deity also because he is the representative of the Lord Krishna and other acharyas. So whenever there is a appearance and disappearance day, we should celebrate it so nicely because the mercy is flowing to them. They are still there. They are looking at us. They want to give. Krishna wants to give. He has got so much. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to give us so much love, so much fruit of love. But our problem is we are very miser. We don't have the proper vessel to get it. We don't have proper mood it. We don't want to transcend the 3 modes. We are still struggling. When the struggle ends, God wants to see why he's struggling. I am giving him everything. I am the richest father available for them. Still we are trying our level best. Oh, no, I can do that. I'm a good singer. I can take care of the rich people also thinks I can take care of myself. What Lord can do. I earn billions of dollars. They do not understand 1 second of crash anywhere. They are nothing but a pauper. They do not understand the hand of the Lord. So Lord is giving us enough opportunity, enough instruction. So here in 15:20 Bhagavad Gita, the yoga, iti guhyam tamam shasram idam uktam maya ganam etat buddhva buddhiman shayat krita kriyati cha bharata. This is the most confident part of Vedic scriptures, O sinless one, and it is disclosed now by me. Whoever understands this will become a wise and his endeavor will know perfection. So Krishna is telling us everything in Bhagavad Gita, foundation course. Once we have got a strong foundation understanding, why the Lord clearly explained here that this is the substance of all revealed scriptures, and one should understand this as the given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. This one will become intelligent and perfect in transcendental knowledge. In other words, by understanding this philosophy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and engaging in his transcendental service, everyone can be freed from all contamination of the modes of material nature. Devotion service is the process of spiritual understanding. Wherever devotion service exists, the material contamination cannot exist. See, that's why when Surya is there, there is no darkness. Like that, when you do devotional service, there is no contamination. We are freed from contamination. And when we free from contamination, we become the right candidate to be selected to be going back to Godhead. So whenever devotion service exists, the material contamination cannot exist. That's Lord is promising us. Devotion service to the Lord and Lord himself are one and the same because they are spiritual. Devotion service takes place within the internal energy of the Supreme Lord. The Lord is said to be the sun, and the ignorance is called darkness. When the sun is present, there is no question of darkness. Therefore, whenever devotion service is present under the proper guidance of the bona fide spiritual master, there is no question of ignorance. So everyone must take this Krishna consciousness, engage devotion service to become intelligent and purified. So people are taking so much course to become intelligent. They want to know what is artificial intelligence. All this has got no meaning to us. Everyone has got the liberty to do anything, but they are limited. Everything is limited. So we should understand when there is a limitation, we should not go for that limitation part of it. Because the unlimited Lord is available for us, unlimited spiritual knowledge is limited, eternal enjoyment is available for us. Why we should compromise in this material world was small, limited, not, lasting everything. So once we understand this limited nature of the material world, which there is no solution for this to make it permanent, eternal. So when we understand this, then only we can, progress everywhere. So love has both bondage and boundary. In the material world, it has got a bondage. When we attach too much, thinking that we love our children, love our spouse, love our relatives, love our other things, that has got a bondage because we are thinking in that direction and we want to please them, everything. But nobody, these senses can be never pleased. It is just like you're putting ghee in the fire. It will flare up. It doesn't subside. So we should understand this desires have got, so much. We have served them last 8.4 million of lifetime. Still they are not satisfied. Once we know that this is not satisfactory for, senses, then this attachment. So without bondage, without, boundary, because what we can do, what is our strength to help anyone? We have got limited strength. We have got boundary. So sky also got a boundary. But spiritual sky doesn't have a boundary. So we should understand we have to get into the limitless, unlimited boundary of Lord Krishna. And we should come in his, that X-ray, and we come closer to his view. And when we do that, then Bhakti, Bhakta, and Bhagwan is easily available for us. Understanding that. Because in Western world, they only see black and white. They do not know who is Bhakta, who is, Bhakti, and who is Bhagwan. Unless we understand these three terms, then it is very easy for us to know. They say that one should stay near the, dam, or one should stay near the river, and one should stay near hermitage, or one should stay near mountain, or one should stay near sea, because these are already becoming a tirtha. That's why once we stay near that, not higher buildings, 17th floor or 18th floor or 110th floor, they are away from Prakriti. When they are away from the nature, the connection between them and, Lord is very difficult. So in this world, teachers abuse our trust. News used no truth. News archive got no truth. Politicians do quest and act for their own benefit. People ask the question of act of politician, but there is no way for that. Janme janme sab pita mata paya, Krishna Guru nahi mile, bhaje Hari. When you chant the name of the Hari, then it's easy for us to get Krishna. So we should understand, we should follow Prahlad Maharaj, Amrish Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, how they surrendered completely. They are fearless. Even Bali Maharaj, if you think, one way of understanding Bali Maharaj, when Vamandev came, he was so small. But when he approached Bali Maharaj asking 3 steps, he became Trivikrama, he became big. That's also one way of understanding. When you approach a true Vaishnava, true devotee of the Lord, you can become big. And not only that, when the 3rd step, you put it on the head. And he became, who tied him? Krishna became his servant in his Sutala Lok. So Krishna is ready to give himself to us, but we are not ready. That's our problem. So these seekers, and intelligent seekers are always, sometimes circumstantial seekers. Sometimes they are different speakers, and they are seeking what? Circumstantial seekers are intelligent, are used for something for negligible time. But transcendental seekers, they can always seek the love of the Lord. Yes, Prabhu, I should stop.
उसको बोलने से कोई फायदा नहीं मैंने तो
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I'm muted. Please continue.
I'll stop here. Any questions, any correction, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, my Dharat Pranam to you.
Sure, Prabhuji, thank you very much for this inspiring class. Sorry, Rupini Mataji. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Mataji.
Oh, thank you. No, I just wanted to, I wasn't clear as to what Prabhuji you mentioned about the problem, in Bangladesh. What was the issue? What is our fault here?
People are telling why Lord cannot protect himself. Jagannath was, I think, destroyed or something mutilated or something happened to Jagannath there. But the problem is everyone ran for their life. They left Jagannath alone there. When you leave your deity alone, deity doesn't mind be disfigured everything because they are completely taking shelter of their, whoever brought the deity there, whoever taking that. But they only run for the life. And why Lord will protect himself? He's not.
That's right. Yeah.
That is the reason we should understand that we should hug the deity and there only we should sit, whatever happened. Then Lord will send. If you see in Maharashtra, Tukaram Maharaj, when Shivaji was there with them, so Tukaram Maharaj prayed to, Rukmini and Dwarkadish, and not Dwarkadish, Vittal. When he prayed to Vittal, Vittal sent so many Shivajis, and all the people in that congregation were looking Shivaji. So Mughal could not identify who is real Shivaji. That is the trust you should have. You should not run. Tukaram didn't run because Mughal raided that place when he was there. So when you have got so much conviction in the deities, they say reciprocate. Otherwise, they don't show their opulences. They, for the devotee's sake, they will show anything. They will go out of the way. They can walk, they can talk, they can walk. We know that story, So, Sakshi Gopal. If you see Sakshi Gopal, they walked all the way. Why they want to walk? To protect their devotees. Because devotee has taken a promise from the devotee, he will be my witness. So once we have got so much conviction that Brahman, boy, then Lord will reciprocate for our conviction. We only don't have conviction, oh, this is deity. Then we feel he's not Lord, he's only stone. Then how that stone can reciprocate? So
Right.
once we come, we will not leave. Somehow we, embrace the deity and keep there. The life has got no meaning. We are going to die today or tomorrow. We know that the body will perish. So why
Right.
not sacrifice our life to the deities? So we'll be glorified in the three worlds. When
Right.
Gadadhar Pandit wanted to, he became old. He wants to put garland and other things. Lord became small. He sat down. He was standing. He sat down to, do the devotional service. That much Lord is, so much munificent. So he's so much reciprocate to the deities. We know all these things. Still people think why Lord cannot, do why things happen. It is our mistake. We are not giving our life and soul to the Lord. So
Yeah,
somebody
actually, don't have total surrender, Prabhuji.
correct.
We have surrendered when it suits us,
Yeah,
that
is the
and
thing.
in fact,
Yes.
in this situation, if it's very hypothetical, but if they had given their lives for the deity, they would have definitely
That Jagannath would have brought, such a big army in front of this Bangladesh, whoever. They would have ran away. That nursing, they would have appeared, then what would happen? They would have sheltered. So this is the lesson we should understand, that once we love the Lord, we'll give our life and soul. We just not say, no, okay, Bhaja Gauranga, Bhaja Gauranga. Okay, that's externally we can sing that song. But what is Bhaja means? Bhaja means we are completely given our life and soul. That is the Bhajana Kriya. Once we are done that, Krishna has to reciprocate, na? You think Krishna always says, na? Arjuna, you tell that my devotee will never perish. Krishna is asking Arjuna to announce this. So every day we chant that. So why we are so much afraid of this, mobs and everything? We should face them. Okay. One of the time, I think I don't know which Maharaj, they were about to, shoot the Maharaj. Then Maharaj said, "Hey, it's okay, you shoot it, but you're shooting my body. You cannot kill my soul." Then they understood. They asked, what is soul? So we have to face. We cannot run this world. We have to face music. Then only Lord will come to help. See, if Bhima would have got up there, he would have, smashed Dushasan there only. We know that.
Right.
Okay, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Very nice, example to follow. It's tough, but thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madhavan Pranam, all goes to Sripad Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for your time and discourse, and you have so much of sweet Krishna Katha, flowing out, that we don't want you to stop. But then somehow some disturbance came. Generally,
No,
sometimes
it's okay,
people don't
Mataji,
mute.
because my wife is
And we
calling
have
me
to
to
stop.
help Garland also. She texted me 2-3 times. Please come and help me in the temple. She doesn't have any assistant. It is it's Lord's arrangement always. We think, no, some disturbance comes. It's not like that.
No, we have to. The coordinators have to mute the phone immediately, so we can continue with this katha forever in our life.
It's okay, Mataji. It's okay.
Yeah.
See, the nectar should be somewhere you should stop. Then how can you release the nectar? So when we read, we have got other duties also, no? We can't change it.
Yeah. Yes.
That is why.
So, Prabhuji, you were.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Prabhuji. No, go ahead, Prabhuji.
No. Whenever there is a nectar flowing from the lotus mouth of the spiritual master, we don't feel like, whether it's 4 hours, 6 hours, we forget our appetite. We forget about the outside. That's the nectar flowing from a, pure devotee. We are not in that stage. So we have to stop somewhere.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Prabhuji, you were mentioning that the Americans see the life black and white. You were
Yeah,
saying something like
Americans,
this.
they want black and white, means they want like this. They want a proof like that. But it is not like that. Because they see, seeing is believing. There are so many things you don't believe after seeing also. So their nature is also, we have to tell, no? Why? Now they are thinking Swargaloka. They are telling only heaven and hell they go. You go to hell and heaven. They do not understand what is heaven. Because nothing is mentioned much about heaven in their Bible. Not mention hell also. How many cells are there? 32 cells. Their description is not there, though they are not, following, because they are being not taught. It's not their mistake. They want, now if you see a mobile, they want to see that it works nicely, or artificial intelligence. That part they say. They do not understand what is the limitation of this, all technology. Technology has got a limitation. When to use, how to use, they don't know. They use it now in grass cutting also. It has come. All things have taken over by machine. Then we have become machine minded. So we should not do that. We should understand there is a hand above that. Scientists never feel there is a hand above that. All this creation, everything. They think they are the creator. They want to, delay life. I mean, expand lifespan. But unless Krishna puts a stamp, nothing can go right. So they do not give the credit to Lord. They always give to credit one who, invented some machinery.
Yes, Prabhuji, and also you mentioned about the Bangladesh. There's another angle, like I was thinking that, since the life got...
I already explained it.
Yeah. So, Prabhuji, some people who ran away, did take care. Some people who ran away, who didn't take care of the deities. I mean, at that spurt of the moment, they were like thinking of their lives, their own, that some of them jumped into some well or something like that. I don't know.
That is not wrong, but they cannot say that deity is, lost or something, because they only sacrifice deity. Na? They should understand, when you sacrifice the deity to the culprit, whoever is there, then what deity can do? You hand over, no? You didn't stick to your deity, you didn't take the deity with you, you didn't protect the deity. Then deity says, okay, you're not protecting, you're not, wants me here, I will go to somebody else.
Yes, and one time I remember something like this happened in Jaipur years back.
And many places it happened.
Yeah, they have taken the deities with them. First thing the devotees did, they picked the deities up.
Yeah. That's the thing that we should think.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you for showing this angle. I was myself thinking that Lord Jagannath is there and Lord Jagannath is not doing anything. But then, what about the devotees?
He doesn't show his opulences unless it is disturbed to the devotees. If devotees were staying there, not allowing, then Jagannath would have come out with his full power and he would have done something for that miscreants.
Like Prabhuji,
convention.
Yeah. Sorry, Prabhuji, like like in the winters, we feel cold. In summers we feel hot. So, like even our deities, I've heard we should make them put shawl or fan.
Yes. We have to treat them like us only, because we are doing why Lord cannot have. That we think no Lord can do anything, that's foolishness, because we call the Lord to stay with us. We have to provide everything. If there is no vegetables, we have to see that is properly, bhog is given. If you see Mayapur, they went in a boat when there is a flood. You know that? They went in a boat to serve the Lord. They didn't leave the Lord. There are so many incidents where the devotees, didn't leave the deity at all. If you see in our Mumbai, Krishna, Radha Ras Bihari, the Mataji, I forgot her name. She didn't leave when somebody attacked. She was hugging the deity. She was protecting. Then immediately help came. Third party came and, they asked to move out. So that itself shows when you love your deity, love your person. I've seen Rapper, one of the earthquake center. We went there. I was one of the leader. So the mother was falling on a small child of 6 months or less than 6 months. Everything she took on her body, but when rescue team came, the child was safe. Nothing happened to child. Just see how many whole house fell on her, but she saved. So when you want to save the deity will definitely reciprocate. Na? And this life has got no meaning, Mataji. This life will go anyway.
So the main thing is, Prabhuji, we have to learn to not have fear of death.
Mataji, we don't have conviction. We don't love.
That is one thing. The other is huge thing we have is fear of death. That is a big thing.
Yeah, why to fear? We have to die today or tomorrow. See, the fear should be, where is our destination? That should be the real fear. Whether we are going back to Godhead or we are going to other thing. Even that fear should not be there, because Lord Krishna promises wherever we go, we will be associating with our spiritual master and his pastime. So that promise is already there. So we should not worry about anything. We are going for the better place, not this dirty place.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
You are most patient listener. I do cut and paste and you love it. That's the thing, your reciprocation. Thank you so much.
Yes, Prabhuji. And Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. And then the deities are same, like they destroy all the temple, but the deities are like as it is. So that is also.
Some of the development. Now, see, when you Mughals, Aurangzeb attacked our temple.
They burned the temple, but deities they are not burned.
Most of the deities went to Jaipur, na? They took the deities, na? They didn't leave the deities there to be disturbed by Aurangzeb, na? If you see, most of the deities are in Jaipur, na? They did it. So we have to be careful when some miscreant comes, how to take the deity out, with a fixed deity, how to protect them, everything. Our part we have to do. Lord will do his part. We should not ask why Lord is not done. Because we are not doing our part, we want Lord to reciprocate us. How it is possible? Not at all possible.
And at least at this time, Lord Jagannath, Balora, Subhadra, Maharani, they gave a chance to the devotees by grace of Sri Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Guru Varga, so that they get a second chance. They have not burnt themselves up.
Yeah, now they are grouping together and they are fighting. See, that strength is coming from Jagannath only, na?
Yeah. No. I'm just saying that the three deities who didn't get burnt is a mercy to the devotees to take a look at what they should have done, but they did not do, to correct the mistakes, and that mercy comes by the grace of Sri Prabhupada and Mahaprabhu.
Yeah,
because they should have taken that action, but they didn't do. But
everything has to be sanctioned, na, Prabhu. This is a lesson, or maybe something else, we don't know. We cannot find fault with the devotees, because they are right. When we would have been in their place, we would have done something. We could all run. So there is no fault of anyone.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Maybe one of the pastime of the Lord.
Partha Prabhuji, Prabhuji is right, because the biggest offense is to find any fault in devotees. That we cannot
Correct.
see.
We should not find. But
yeah.
No, I am answering only to those people are blaming. No, the Lord cannot protect himself. How can he protect his devotees? For them, this is the answer, not to our devotees. We have done enough service. No? Yeah. People asking question, how Jagannath cannot, Lord cannot defend himself. How can I defend devotees? That was the question was there in media, That's why we could answer that like that. For them, it is not we are criticizing devotees, left them or anything. We could have done the same thing. How can we do something? We say we could have done something. Who knows what we would have done? We also would have ran. Who knows?
Yeah, that is correct. Sorry, Prabhuji. Your class was so nice. Your association is so much valued. And
Thank you for your heart is so nice, so you appreciate. There's nothing much I spoke. Whatever it is there in the scriptures, I followed.
So, Prabhuji, if anything happens like a burglary or something happens, first thing we do is you have to pick up a passport, you pick up cash, you have to pick up jewelry. See how conditioned we are? That's how we think.
Correct, correct. But they say when the house is burning, the two things only you have to take, Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, both. That's all. At Chaitanya Charitamrita. Other things you can earn again. That's not a big problem. That's why in this sloka also it is written, everything you will get when you are transcend the mode of three modes. Everything is provided by Lord Krishna. The jewelry also comes back. You may not believe. I told the example while Vamshi Das Babaji, how the jewelry came back. Everything comes back if the Lord wants. And when Lord didn't reciprocate before, when he was stealing, but when Vamsidas Babaji was, telling them, then only they revealed it, where it is, how the glass came back. So this Lord always reciprocates. And when Jadabharat, if you see, when they want to, kill him or sacrifice to Lord, this Kali, what Kali did? Kali came out, and killed all the miscreants, She came out to protect Jadabharat. So all these stories tells us Lord will reciprocate. Demigods will reciprocate immediately. We are thinking, no. Because we don't have conviction. That's a problem with us. Mataji, can we stop?
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, tell me anything.
No, I'm just saying we have to see patterns in our life, the miracles that happen. There is a pattern. We learn from them, then we become more and more confident. I am started for a year or two, started seeing patterns, of miracles.
Yeah, definitely, Mataji. The way we were living before, the way we are living now, it is vast difference. So much difference. We don't feel like going to relatives' place. We don't feel like eating there. Why? Because it's not offered to Lord. We are convinced it has to be offered. At least mentally or, physically by us we can offer. So we are convinced now. We cannot have any taste. It's become a bitter to us outside. Right. Nothing tastes good for us now. So we want association. We want, prasad. We don't want, that packet food which is not offered. We are careful to see what it contains. So all these changes are already happening. We are loving association. We call the devotees at home. We relish serving them. We are relish serving the deities. All this happening. It's a biggest miracle. That's what Prabhupada is telling all the people. I made all these devotees, hippies happy. That's the biggest miracle. What is that little black magic or little, hypnosis? All what can it do? So
yes, Prabhuji.
Krishna is always there to help us.
Prabhuji, I just want to ask you one thing. There was when this Chaturma started, this Shravan month, right? So some of my relatives, they sent prasadam from the Hindu temple, like bundi and this and that, and laddu and all offered to like the devtas there, because they offer to Lord Shiva and the prasad came here, and that prasad which is offered to the devtas came to my place. So now what to do with it, because it's not offered to Krishna?
I told you beginning also, we are only engrossed in that part. We should not bother all this. If you eat, you are not contaminated. If your right conscious is there, then nothing will happen. I have to stop, Mataji. I have come to temple now.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Sorry to delay you, Prabhuji.
No, not at all.
We offer the prayers. Vancha kalpatrubhasya.
Krupā sindhu patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Namo namah.
Vaishnavinda ki jai. Namaste Das Thakur ki jai. Shri Prabhupada.
All glory to Vaishnava. Vaishnava is all obeisance to Lotus Feet of Vaishnava.
Murari Vali Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much. Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Dandavat pranam.